Hey guys, what's up? Took me by surprise there for a minute. Um, Welcome to Southern Gals True Crime. I hope everybody has had a good weekend and is doing well tonight. It is Monday, so we'll be having our missing person Monday episode. Tonight's just going to be a quick one. I had accumulated, saved in my web browser, some cases that just don't really have a lot of information at all to them. But still, nonetheless, it is very important to me to get that information out, to try to, most importantly, get the information out there, try to keep the victims' names out there so they're never forgotten. And if we're lucky, maybe, generate some interest, some leads, try to find some resolution to some of these cases. But first, as always, we have our current missing person. And this information comes from neverforgottenar.org, which is the Arkansas Missing Persons Database. So, tonight's featured missing person is Aaron Davis. He is just 17 years old. He is a black male, 5'8", 180 pounds, with brown hair and black eyes. He went missing from Pine Bluff, Arkansas on September 1st of this year. So about almost 3 weeks. So not very long at all. That's why I wanted to get this information out there quickly, to get it out to as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. So if you have any information on Aaron or his disappearance, you can contact the Pine Bluff Police Department at 870-730-2081. All right, with that taken care of, we will get into our missing person Monday episode. Like I said, these are just five cold cases, very limited information, but I will give you the information that I do have, and maybe some theories on or possibilities of what may have happened. Let me make sure I got my slides in order. Yeah, okay. So first we have Connie Faye Gregory. She went missing on January 23rd, 1980 from Hudson, Kentucky. She is classified as endangered missing. She's a white female, 30 years old, 5 foot, 120 pounds, so she wasn't a very big lady. She was last seen a brown full-length leather coat, a light green shirt, and dark green pants. She has brown hair, brown eyes. She has a mole on the left side of her cheek, and she may use the last name of Kuiper. So she was last seen in Hudson on January 23rd, 1980. Now, her ex-husband said that he last saw her at about 5:20 p.m. on that day, and that she had left their children with him, and said that she would be back in 2 to 3 days. Now, to me, if my spouse just all of a sudden said, "Hey, honey, here's the kids, take care of them, I'll be back in a couple of days," I think if I was him, I would, if I was her husband, I would definitely be asking questions. Now, it could be, since, like I said, we have limited information, it could be that she had done something like this before. She just up and left, and, here's the kids, I'm leaving, I'll be back, and so forth. And that she had always came back. Or another possibility, of course, when somebody disappears, the first person I look at is the spouse or significant other. Because this story or this statement that he gave raises a little bit of red flags to me. Like I said, unless it was normal for her to do this. Another thing, so she's was never heard from again. Now, the next day, her car was found in the parking lot of the place where she worked, which it was a copy set, which was in Litchfield, Kentucky. but it was not parked in her usual spot. So to me, there's another red flag. So that tells me, at least in my mind, like I said before, either the husband possibly had something to do with her disappearance, took her car, parked it in the parking lot of the place she worked. Another possibility, the only other one I could come up with is, because it does say down here that she may have been taken against her will, is that she was abducted. After she left her husband with the kids, said, I'll be back in 2 or 3 days. She takes the car, she leaves, stops maybe somewhere. She's abducted. Now, the thing about the abduction, if she was abducted, is her car being parked at the place where she worked. To me, that says that if she was abducted, she could possibly have been abducted by somebody that she knew and who knew where she worked. And therefore, for whatever reason, this person who possibly knew her and abducted her knew where she worked and just dumped the car there. That's the 2 possibilities that I can come up with. But as always, feel free to leave a comment. Everybody's opinion is welcome here. Let me know what you think could have happened, or think I'm onto something, or if I'm way off base. Just always, all I ask is be respectful of the victims' families, and each other. So if you do have any information about Connie's disappearance, you can contact the Kentucky State Police at 270-766-5078. All right, next we have Tawana Michelle Darrow. Sorry, I'm going to move this a little closer. I'm having a little trouble seeing tonight, as usual. Tawana went missing on January 11th of 1989, 89 or 99, 89. Okay, I had to look at the bigger writing. From El Dorado, Arkansas. Now, this is classified as a non-family abduction. She was a Black female. She was 16 years old at the time of her abduction. If she were alive today, she would be 51. At the time she disappeared, she was 5'5" to 5'8", 130 pounds. She was last seen wearing a white turtleneck sweater, a turquoise shirt, and a white miniskirt. She had black hair, brown eyes. Says she had a scar on the underside of her right foot. Her ears were pierced, and her nickname is Wanda. So Tawana, or Wanda, was last seen during the morning hours of January 11th, 1989 in her hometown of El Dorado, Arkansas. She had been waiting at her school bus stop at the time, getting ready to go to her school, which was on South Marsh Street. It was El Dorado High School. She never arrived for classes that day, and she has not been seen again. Now, of course, with the limited information, it does not say whether she made it onto the school bus. That would be something that would be important to know, is if she made it onto the school bus. And I know from growing up, I lived out in the country, and I rode a school bus, and the bus made several stops at houses and different pickups. So it would also be useful to know that if she did make it onto the school bus, and they went to a different pickup point, the bus stop, did she get off the school bus? Like I said, it's frustrating not having a lot of information with these cases, but like I said, nonetheless, they're important. The information needs to be out there. It does say that she never arrived for classes that day, and she has not been seen again. So either she, in my opinion, or my thinking, she did not make it onto the bus in the first place, or she made it onto the bus, She made it to the school. She got off the bus, but she never made it into the school to any of her classes. And like I said, it is classified as a non-family abduction. So somewhere between the bus stop and the school, she was abducted. So if you have any information, you can contact the El Dorado Police Department at 870-863-4141. All right, next we have Susan Lynn Burns. She was went missing on April 29th, 1989 from Mena, Arkansas. She is classified as endangered missing. She is a white female. She was 32 years old at the time of her disappearance, so today she would be 67. At the time she disappeared, she was 5'6" and about 135 pounds. She had brown hair, blue eyes. Her maiden name is Darst, and her previous married name was Brown. So she was last seen in Mena on April 29th, 1989. Her husband reportedly drove her to the airport in Little Rock that day. She never returned to work after a week's vacation, and she has never been heard from again. Of course, few details are available, but her family does believe she met with foul play and that her husband may have been involved. So like I said, whenever someone goes missing, spouse, significant other, loved one is always the first they look at. Apparently her family may have had reason to believe that her husband is involved. There could have been problems in the marriage. There could have been past incidences, a possible DV or something of that nature. To me, it does seem a little strange that she, not really strange that he drove her to the airport, but that it says she never returned to work after a week's vacation. Now, why didn't they go on vacation together? Normally, married couples will go on vacation together. Not all the time. Sometimes, of course, married couples need time apart. But for the most part, couples go on vacation together. Of course, it doesn't say if they have had any children. So that, like I said, that's about all the information we have on this case. So if you do have any information regarding Susan or her disappearance, you can contact the Polk County Sheriff's Office at 479-394-2511. All right, next we have Donald Lee Andrews. Mr. Andrews went missing on May 19th, 2012 from Fort Smith, Arkansas. He is classified as endangered missing. He is a white male, 55 years old, 5'8" to 5'9", 135 pounds. Now, he said he was in the early stages of dementia at the time of his disappearance, and he also suffered from a form of autism. He had brown hair, brown eyes, and he may have had a mustache, and he has a scar on his left finger. So he was last seen in Fort Smith at about 10:30 a.m. On May 19, 2012. He has, of course, never been heard from again. Authorities did not find any evidence of foul play at his home. Because of his dementia, he is considered to be at risk. Very sad case. It's always very sad when anybody goes missing, but it especially touches my heart when children go missing and older people go missing. Just for some reason, that just hits me a little bit harder. My best guess or possibility in this case is, as I said, he had dementia or the early stages of dementia and a form of autism. My best guess is he might have wandered off somewhere, became lost, and accidental death. That would be my highest on my list. I said authorities found no evidence of foul play at his home. It didn't say if he lived in a rural area or in town, or what the surroundings of his home were like. If he did live in a rural area, wooded area, like I said, it's possible he could have wandered off, got lost, and unfortunately succumbed to the elements, or had an accident that resulted in his death. So regardless, like I said, very, very sad, as all of these cases are. Next, we have Brenda Sue Gonzalez. Brenda went missing on December 7th of 1975 from Clarksville, Arkansas. She's just classified as missing. She is a Hispanic female. She was 21 years old at the time of her disappearance. She was 5'4", 120 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Brenda was last seen in Clarksville on December 7th, 1975. And this, to me, what I was saying about children just a while ago, breaks my heart. Both she and her infant son disappeared from their residence, and of course have never been seen again. So both her and her child went missing. It says it is unclear whether her son was ever located, and no information is available about either one of them. And obviously her case is unsolved. So, like I said, this one broke my heart when I read that both she and her son, infant, were missing. Once again, no information about a husband or a husband, boyfriend, significant other, just that she and her child went missing. So if you have any information, you can contact the Johnson County Sheriff's Office at 479-754-7810. All right, and that was our last one. See, I told you it would be a quick one. It's under 20 minutes. I will put a link. All this, like I said, all this information came from the Charley Project. So I will put a link to it in the description box, as always. Please, I encourage you, share this video. Friends, family, any true crime groups you may be in. The more you share it, the more you like it, the more you comment on it, the more people it reaches. And that is the goal, is to reach as many people as possible to get this information out quickly. So I think that's all I have for you tonight. Sorry. Once again, technical difficulties. So until next time, I don't know if I'll be doing a Wednesday video this week. It just depends on if I can come up with anything, or if any breaking news comes out during the week about any of these high profile cases that are in the news. But if not Wednesday, I will definitely be back Friday with the case of the week, cold case of the week. So until then, please take care of yourself. Be careful out there. Take care of each other. I always say, it's the most important thing we can do is take care of each other, so we can all make it through this life safely. So until then, thanks once again for watching. Oh, before I get out here, if you like what I do here at Southern Gal True Crime, please do consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell to all, so you get notified when I do upload new videos. Okay, I think that's it. I think I covered everything now. So until next time, thanks again for watching. Bye bye.